Everybody talks about Premier League referees these days. Football coaches and players moan about the officials, and social media are the worst. Bad call here, wrong whistle there, how can you be so blind? Only rarely are the officials given any credit, and barely anyone talks about how referees in the supposedly best league in the world are underpaid. In this video, we name 3 reasons why Premier League referees should make more money, and we encourage you to join the debate in the comment section. Reason number 1 is the pay gap between footballers and referees. The wages of Premier League referees consist of 2 parts, a retainer and the game bonus. Based on the ref's experience, the retainer is reportedly between £38,000 and £42,000 a year. On top of that, referees receive £1,150 per game. Let's crunch the numbers. The best Premier League referees receive around £70,000–80,000 a year, provided they officiate as often as possible, make as few mistakes as possible, and do not get demoted to the Championship or suspended. What is £70,000 in the Premier League? The weekly salary of a player on the fringes of Chelsea or Man United? Come on. Reason number 2 is the pay gap between referees in England and other top leagues. For apparently the best league in the world, the Premier League doesn't pay like one. The French Ligue pays referees significantly more, and according to Goalcom, referees in Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga get remunerated more handsomely. And then people freak out when they find out Premier League referees make long trips to the Middle East during the week. This, by the way, is a problem because it creates a potential clash of interests when some Arab countries own Premier League clubs. But the point is, refs go for these jobs because they apparently get more money for a game down there than for a Premier League clash. You can argue that an average person in the UK makes 50% less in a year than a Premier League referee. Fair enough, but officiating the most famous football league in the world doesn't sound like an ordinary job either. Refereeing is no longer a second job and a hobby after an exhausting week at a police station or in a chicken abattoir. Refereeing is a full-time occupation that involves staying in shape, getting briefs on every squad member for an upcoming game, traveling, worrying if you will be selected for the weekend, and so on. For their importance on the pitch, for the integrity they have to maintain, and for the pressure they're under, 50, 60, 70, even £90,000 a year doesn't sound like a big amount for a league that generates billions annually. And from this follows the final point. Reason number 3 is it's a damn difficult job. I can't think of any other job where there's this much scrutiny of a decision making. Maybe a surgeon, wondered retired referee Andrew Mariner. Fans mistakenly believe that everything referees have to do is to spot the most obvious tackles and punish the offenders. In reality, a Premier League referee has about 300 decisions to make in a single game. Most fans cry about a couple of bad calls when it's just, the tiny 1 or 2% of bad decisions by refs. Your team's man of the match makes more bad decisions in 90 minutes. It's not an excuse for when referees screw up, because when they do, they have to be held accountable. But a bit of sympathy and understanding would be better than reveling in online tribalism of unfunny jokes and abuse. Shit happens. When Mike Dean sent off a West Ham player in 2021, his daughter received death threats online. They were saying they knew where we lived and they were going to petrol bomb the house, Dean told the BBC. How good is that? And this is only the tip of the iceberg. It can be even worse at the grassroots level, where psychotic parents assault referees on the pitch every once in a while. Who even wants to be a referee? To get paid just about 2 times more than average in exchange for being disrespected by footballers and coaches and insulted by fans for 90 minutes and the whole week after. And keep in mind, here we're talking about the main referee at the pinnacle of the profession. Linesmen, assistant referees do not get as much, and you can imagine it's much worse at lower levels. Ultimately, a referee's job seems to be a thankless task. Referees get labeled bad, unfit and biased by every fan base whose team ever suffered from a wrong decision, no matter how serious it was. And when refs admit mistakes and try to explain what happened and why it happened, the comment sections are flooded with cheap reactions as if it's ever gonna help the cause. Paying better wages to referees shouldn't be a way to stimulate mediocrity. It should be a way to make the highly stressful job more appealing and at least 1% more equal in relation to the ridiculous wages that some very average footballers have. All things considered, do you think Premier League referees are underpaid? Let us know your opinion in the comments, like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. See you in other videos.